wishing us the best. Our podcast is better than the rest. You got an issue, better say it with your chest. Until then, keep wishing us the best. Keep wishing us the best. Our podcast is better than the rest. You got a problem, better say it with your chest. Until then, keep wishing us the best. Keep wishing us the best. Our podcast is better. Oh, we are recording already. Hello.
Hey guys.
We're back. What's Just the Best Podcast, episode 12. We are actually back.
Whoop, whoop.
With me, Devin, my co-host down there, or I don't even know
My
what she
name
is.
is Miah.
And then we have
You
a
don't see me?
guest. No, I see you, but you know the layout.
Oh.
Whatever. We
Oh,
have a
okay.
guest. And I will let our guest introduce herself.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Courtney Michelle.
Hey, Courtney Michelle,
Hey
with the
y'all.
perfect podcast voice and the perfect podcast personality.
Man, what?
So today we're gonna discuss Sky Valley CMOS first. So, guys, I have a new product. I have a new wellness company. And our first product is CMOS gummies. They have elderberry, burdock root, and bladder wrack in them. I called it bladder whack for so long because I just thought that sounded better until I actually seen the correct spelling of it. But so instead of CMOS gel, these are gummies. Very, very convenient. They taste delicious. They're apple flavored, and they are available at shopskyvalley.com.
And Amazon.
Again, and Amazon. But if you buy them on shopskyvalley.com, I make more money.
Yeah.
You know, Amazon is the mafia. Like they definitely they're like,
Feed on your profits.
give me that motherfucking money.
And
So
we're working on
yeah,
some type of coupon code for which.
yeah. So if you order them on the website, we have free shipping. So if you spend at least $50, which is 2 bottles, then shipping is free. And so that's the promo that we're working with for right now. So shop skyvalley.com for your sea moss gummies. Boom. All right. Was that a good commercial? That
I think so.
was very
It
impromptu.
works. It
No
works.
script.
Um.
Yeah.
So yeah, how's everybody doing? I know it's been a week. Well, it's been a couple of weeks since we've been on
I
here.
I am, well, before the video started, Courtney told me to get the COVID out of my throat because I was coughing and slightly dying. So I'm good. I'm like at the tail end of, I don't know if it's COVID or not. It could be. I've never gotten tested for it. I'm just sure that I've had it quite a few times.
Yeah.
So,
Damn.
I did a lot of bopping around the last 2 years. So,
One thing
um,
about Maya,
I'm a
Maya
lot better.
dangles. She dangles. If anybody's gonna dangle, it's gonna be
I,
Maya.
I, I do dangle. I do a lot of dangling, finangling, wangling, tangling, all the above. So, I be sick. I be getting sick, but I be living life, so it's all good. It's all good. I quarantine though when I do be sick for the most part, but I got sick when I was in Houston last weekend. So
Dangling.
um, I I didn't stay in at that point. I was actually doing all of the things and just kind of crossing my fingers that it wasn't COVID. So I made it. I'm alive. So there's that. Courtney, how are you? What have you been up to?
I I am great. This has been a very eventful week for me.
Hmm. Okay. Hopefully in a good
Um,
way.
in good ways and bad ways. There's been some highs, there's been some lows.
Okay.
Today was actually a low.
I'm
You know,
sorry.
it's been like I told you earlier last week. I got my dream job. Not gonna say where because I don't need everybody know my business. But I got my dream job, and then that was last Tuesday, and then today I lost my current job. So,
Oh.
but it wasn't like anything bad. It was like a layoff. It's been a rolling layoffs for like the
I
last two
mean,
months or whatever. So I was kind of
you could
expecting
just
it.
kind of get
Mhm.
unemployment though now,
Um,
right?
well, yes, they're paying us until for the next 2 weeks, and then you can file unemployment. But by then, I have started my booster job, which is what I was planning on working two jobs until I start my dream job.
Mhm.
But now I'll just be working the one job, and then I'll be resigning from that one.
Mhm. I know you're not telling people what your dream job is, but I just want to note that you're going to be so great in this position because you just have the personality for
I
it.
can't wait. I feel like I'll be getting back to myself just because I've been such a recluse for the last 2 years,
Yeah.
and I've become so accustomed to owning my inner introvert that
Mhm.
I forgot that like I sometimes like the back and forth, what they call it an ambivert. I sometimes like the back and forth.
Okay.
But yeah, it's nice to get back into it.
Okay. Well, congratulations, and
Thank you.
Definitely feel like I
this
would
is
rather be
a new
hermit.
beginning.
Yes, it definitely is. One door closes because another opens.
And it was good timing, so perfect.
Perfect timing. Such perfect timing. But
Perfect.
what's crazy is like 2 weeks when they had started, letting people go, I felt like I was racing against the clock anyway. So I was like, okay, I got to get something. So it
Mhm.
all just boom, boom, boom,
Look at
fall in
God.
line.
Perfect.
Won't he do it?
Perfect. Yay. All right. So Devin, what have you been up to? I know you're at home chilling solo.
Yeah, wifey left me with a wonderful care package. She's going out of town, and I am.
Not a care package.
I mean,
We be having to take care of these men like they are kids, child, when we be going
They
out of
are,
town.
but they
but
don't ever want to
I
look
could do
after
a
you.
lot of these things on my own. It's just a nice gesture for her to take care of her man, her husband. So I appreciate it. I told Maya early she was treating me
I
like the
hear you.
bad bitch that I am because I deserve it. But um,
No, I was dead when you said that. I'm like, he did not just put in
I
text
deserve it
message that he
though.
was a
I
bad
I
bitch.
deserve it because I'm a good
I
man.
deserve
I
face
What's
ass.
what's
Okay.
didn't Scrappy's mom got a song? Yeah, I deserve. She
Oh my gosh.
She probably don't deserve nothing.
but
But
yeah, I don't know. I'm just about to chill this weekend. I gotta go visit my mom too and do some yard work there. But besides that, video games and runts. I think I'm. Oh, and I,
chilling.
and I gotta finish designing the website. So I a little bit of money in there somewhere. But yeah,
Yo, somebody hit me up and they were like, "Your website looks so good." I'm like, "Really?" I was about to have
wait
somebody
till I get my
like
hands
design
on
it for
it.
me.
But
Yeah, yeah. I
um,
need you to put some Devin into it because it kind of look amateur, but it's functional.
hey, it works. And I
So,
finally got some done to his hair. It's not just there anymore. Um,
yeah, I like the braids. I like the braids better than the
then
like the twists because those just didn't
oh
stay.
yeah, definitely did not stay. Fell out whenever they could.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just Harlem shake him out. Just I was kind of
Did you just
Harlem.
salty.
like do a pseudo Harlem shake though?
I'm like Harlem Shake.
I just
I was about to say, are you? Can you hit that one more time? I just need to be sure.
I'm salty that I really spent like 150 to get them put in for them to just fall out in the middle of the week. Like,
Oh, yeah, that's a lot.
anyways,
Yeah,
um,
you live and you learn.
and then you get lows.
All right, right. So, guys, let's go ahead and get into the first topic of today, and we're talking about loyalty.
Loyalty, loyalty,
Um,
loyalty.
so we're talking about loyalty, just genuine loyalty,
Like, do you think?
and loyalty out of
Yeah, do you think
convenience.
people are like genuinely loyal? Because I do. I think some people are genuinely loyal, but then I think other people only fuck with you because it's just convenient.
They know you're a good
I
person.
mean, maybe that, or maybe it's just convenient for the current situation. Because low key, I can. I can kind of say I've done that, but nah, I still would hang out with them outside of work. But it'd be like some people I know I probably would have never hung out with if I didn't work with them, and then I
Mhm.
started hanging out with them. But I'll hang out with them, after I leave the job. But I know some people that have hung out with me, and it was really only because we like were in close proximity, be it because of job or whatever our current situation was. And if they weren't in
Mhm.
that same situation, they probably wouldn't have fucked with me like that.
I think that's
Yeah.
everybody though. Like especially if you ever worked in corporate, you're gonna be friends
Facts.
with 62-year-old Mr. Miller because he got a good sense of humor.
Facts.
But if Mr. Miller lived next door, you probably be like that evil ass old man next door. I ain't talking to him. But it's just I think it like you
Right.
said it depends on the circumstances. But I feel like the genuine.
Yep.
Okay,
That's perfect.
so you were saying genuineness out of convenience. Was that what you
Yeah, because
said?
you were talking about corporate. You were talking
Yeah.
about corporate friends. I don't know. I ain't never had corporate friendships like
I don't
that.
know where I was going.
Well,
No.
I feel like that. I feel like that with work environments in general. Like you're going to hang with certain people just really out of, like you said, just out of convenience. But when, like, I've had plenty of jobs where I'm like, I'm only here because we work together.
Yeah.
Like as soon as we're not working together anymore, you probably exactly you probably won't see me anymore.
Or hear from me ever
Like
again.
we're work friends. Like we're
Yeah, but
sometimes you just have
work
work
friends, I don't
friends,
I
and
don't
then you
hang
have
out
like
with outside of work. Like I don't do that.
Well,
see I've had jobs where like in college I worked at Eisenhower. And when we worked at the rehab center, it was a rehab center in Ann Arbor. I don't know if y'all heard of it before, but like everybody was like from Eastern, and I met a lot of Eastern people that I didn't even know went to Eastern until we started working at Eisenhower together. And I'm like, oh, you go to Eastern? I go to Eastern too. And so we became friends at work. So we were still friends because a lot of us were the same age. We had the same interests, whatever, whatever. So but I mean, as a unit, like there were different units, so we would like all go out as a unit. And some of the people that worked in the unit, I didn't necessarily like, and but I just hung around with them because we were
Yeah,
we all
I'm
worked
not hanging
together.
around with somebody I don't
But
like, or don't
I
even.
mean, I've had you've never had a job where you had like a work outing that you felt obligated to
Nah,
attend, or
I'm not gonna go.
yeah.
oh
I
well,
used
I have.
so
I'm not gonna go.
I worked for a company. I worked for a company in Ann Arbor, Thomson Reuters. Y'all heard of them?
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, they would have a day. I worked in tech support, and they would have a day where at like we would start at 8, we would finish like 12, and then we would shut down support for the rest of the day, and they would set up like a whole little park area on the campus, and it was like wine and beer and music and different games and all
Yeah,
kind
to
of
like
stuff.
promote like, like a team
We're a
work
fam.
environment.
Yeah,
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 like the
yeah.
family shit. Yeah.
So like those, I'd be like, okay, Tasha, let's go. And then like, I mean Tasha, but I probably would have never, if I'd seen Tasha just at the store, I probably wouldn't have talked to her. But she was my
Right.
closest work friend. One, because we was the only two black people on our team, but two, also because she was cool.
That's how it be
So
sometimes.
yeah, like you just be like, all right, we gotta stick together. But I felt I was genuine to her, yet it was out of the convenience of her being a work friend.
Right.
okay.
Right. And
But
that's where it stopped.
yeah, I don't feel like
Do,
in relationships, I feel like there's very thin lines between keeping someone around because they're genuine or using them.
Mm, definitely.
yeah,
Because if you know someone is genuine, if I know you're a good person, then it's like I'm gonna call him because he's for sure gonna help, or I'm gonna call him because I know he's gonna come through. Like, but where is that genuineness coming from? Like me, I'm a naturally genuine person, but I have learned to put caps on it.
Mm-hmm.
You're only gonna
Okay.
get so far with me. You're not going to be able to use me because
Right.
it's just I feel like you should know when you're kind of being used. But some people just
Mm-hmm.
don't have that what is it? What's the word I'm looking for?
Like that radar
awareness.
where
Yeah.
yeah, awareness. Yeah.
Yeah, that they just don't it's just not there. So you're just kind of
Mhm.
like, but you go peep somebody else. You're like, they just using
I
that
mean,
girl. I don't
yeah,
know why
yeah.
she's letting them. You
People,
know,
people
like,
be a little naive. You know, it's a little naivety.
Right.
And naivete.
yeah,
Yeah, one of them.
one of them. All words
Sound
are
it
made
out,
up.
friend. Sound it
Yeah,
out.
all words are made up. It's okay.
I don't know. It's
I think I've
it's
been
weird.
in.
I don't. What you say? You've been in some?
I was gonna say I think I've been in a relationship where I was definitely being uh, loyal out of convenience in some ways. Um, I guess like I just felt like, all right, well, if I do X, Y, and Z, for this person, then it'll like I'll kind of be repaid. Like, all right, well, let me just stay loyal for this person, you
It'll
know.
pay off, or
Yeah,
they'll see the good in me, or something like that. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, like definitely have been in that type of situation. But I mean, more so, I've just been in relationships with people and I've been genuinely loyal to them, and I felt like they were just genuinely loyal to me, not for anything in return or,
Hmm.
I mean, I don't want to say not for anything in return because relationships are transactional, in my opinion.
They
So
definitely are.
yeah, but yeah, loyalty out of convenience. Like I think that's something that people do when they're using people. Like, if a chick is maybe fucking with a rich dude or something, like, all right, well let me be loyal to him and, maybe I'll get this G
I
Wagon in
wonder
a
if
couple
that
years or
is a
something.
woman thing to feel that it is transactional. Because I never thought about relationships just being transactional.
That's usually because men get more than women.
Really? How would
Yeah,
you
I agree.
explain?
In relationships, we're gonna say this is the everyday typical faithful relationship, right? We're just gonna say this is the prototype of relationships. The man pretty much benefits. Like, you ever hear, for instance, the whole saying, like, a woman can turn your house into a home. She turns your sperm into a child. She, like, those type of things. Women, we take on so
Y-
much. Men don't have to take that on. There's a lot of mental that men just, they kind of don't have to worry about it, because for the most part, it's, oh, they pay the bills, they do that, they go to work, they pay the bills, right? But they don't think about all the things that the kids have to do. They don't know about all the meetings that the kids have. Like, it's a lot more on your mental. That's why whenever, like, well, you're a stay-at-home mom, what's so hard about that? Like, but I have to think about everything. I still have to be your assistant. I still have
right.
to clean up after you. I still have to think of let me tell you something. These last 2 years, I don't have any children. I don't have a husband. I have a boyfriend, but I don't have a husband. Just thinking of what to make for dinner is like, it's so fucking annoying. Like, I hate having to think of what to make for dinner, just in general. So, like, when I ask, and then it's like, well, I don't know. Okay. Just like little things like that, but then take that and
Yo,
then
that shit
multiply it
is
by everything.
That shit is very annoying. I have to agree with you 100%. Devin is
It's
going
just
to disagree
little
because he thinks
things.
he's a bad
I'm
bitch,
just
but
saying.
I
I'm
agree.
just. Wait, women don't know what they want to eat 99% of the time. What?
Okay, exactly. So we don't know what we want to eat. How the fuck you think we know what we want to cook? Help me understand.
Exactly. And then they don't want to give you no
I mean,
input
because we're
either.
simple. Well,
Like,
Whatever
yes,
you
because
want
we're
to do.
simple. We could,
Exactly. Whatever you want to
you
do.
could list
But
off a
that's the
thing
thing.
like 100 things, and we'll say probably yes to each of them. While, meanwhile, we list off
sometimes
five
we just
things.
want it to be
I'm
mindless.
not really feeling that tonight.
Sometimes we don't want to have to think. Sometimes we just don't want
But
to have to
then,
think.
They
Sometimes
don't
but
we
then
care, girl.
we
if
just want to be like, you know what, whatever. Cause to be honest, girl, like, unless you're the type of female that you have to have your protein, your white starch, and your vegetable every night. Let me tell you something. I will go get me a bowl of strawberry sugar wheat and some almond milk, and that will be my dinner, and I will be just fine. I will go on that bitch and
You
make
said,
me
boom,
a
bam.
I will go on that bitch and get me an Uncrustable and have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I will be good. Okay, I don't have to make steak, potatoes, and broccoli every day. I don't. I don't have to
Right.
live off of that. I don't have the appetite of a man. So snacking here and there, that's good for me. I'm not really a food eater like that. Like I'll snack all damn day. I probably shouldn't,
So
but I do.
do you control dinner in your home? Like, are you the only one who cooks?
For the most part, because I work from home.
Okay. So you cook, and it's just so it's your decision. Like it's you making those decisions
Of what to
all the time.
cook,
Yeah.
mainly for the most part, unless it's like if I'm like, all right, I'm making salmon because he doesn't eat fish. So I say I'm making salmon. What you gonna do? Because I'm not making two different meats.
Right.
So I'll be like, I'll make salmon. You can make your steak. Because what do I look like making a steak and I don't eat it?
Right.
So like stuff like that, yeah. Or you make the meat, I'll make the sides. It worked like that pre-pandemic, and during the pandemic it worked like that. But then once we started getting back to work, he left, and it's like, okay, it's kind of falls on me. But that shit gets old and tiring. Like I don't know how many fucking cookbooks I had to order, but I'm just like, I need something because I'm tired of thinking of what to do. I can only make so many pasta meals. If you're
That's why I be making the same shit over and over. And I'm like, you know
girl,
what? If y'all don't like it, suffer. Because I don't give a fuck anymore. Okay? I'm tired of cooking. And like now, like in my house now, we have his 14-year-old here. And so it's like an extra person to cook for. And I'm just like, oh, well, if you don't eat that, I eat your arm off. Like, I mean, I don't,
go make a
what,
sandwich. Like
yeah,
not to go make a sandwich is making sense. It's all making
exactly.
sense. But like it, but
Exactly.
I feel like when we were, well, when I was younger, there were a lot more throw it in the oven frying type things. But because I was forced to eat those as a child, I don't like eating them as an adult. So I'm not about to go buy
And I
no,
don't never buy that stuff. Yeah,
cause
I
cause
never
you
buy
know
that.
better.
It pains me. It pains
You
me to
know
like
better
even go
now.
down that aisle.
You know better now. And like, my me and you kind of kicked off the same little health thing at the same time. So like we know
Yeah,
more of like the processed foods, and it's like you try to eliminate that
yeah.
shit as much as
Like
possible.
I'm not eating. I'm not gonna eat it. So I really don't be wanting to feed it to them.
Yep.
Like my boyfriend is like, just go get him. Like we were both out of town, and so he was like here with his cousin who's like 20. And he's like, go get him like some frozen dinners, and I'm
That's the
like hungry
worst.
man, hungry. You want me to hungry man
Why don't you
dinner?
just give them a
Like
bowl
if
of salt? Just give them a bowl of
like,
salt, please.
so I ended up buying like pizza rolls and like noodle cups, and I'm just like, this feels like poverty meals. Like this doesn't
Yeah.
even feel right to be
You're
in
not
my
gonna call
house. Like I
the
don't even
noodle
like it
cups
here.
poverty meals, though. I mean,
And I feel like there are some processed foods that I'll eat. Like I do have pizza rolls, or I
but
will
hold
get
on,
some
you
taquitos,
ain't never
or like I
just
said,
had a
on
taste
Custom
for
Meals.
ramen. That's okay. I'm about to like,
Yes, but but wait, I have.
No, not in my adult
Really?
years. And I
No,
haven't.
but let me tell you something. Not only have I had a taste for ramen, but it's like not just like the hood way of just like putting hot sauce in a packet. I gotta have a chicken breast that's been pan seared, chopped up. I'll put some mushrooms in that boy, some scallion. Like
you
it's gonna look like it
make it
came
look
from pho or
bougie.
Like
something.
Got you.
some, yeah, that's what that
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yeah,
but
that type of ramen, yes.
not just
But
like ramen and hot sauce.
the college from the packs, like the packs of ramen that you just empty
Wifey,
the creamy
wifey
chicken,
definitely still gets the
absolutely
packs
not.
and the ramen.
I get
The
them.
ramen hits when you just
Hmm.
need something right quick. Shit hits. Shit slaps.
It does.
I feel
But
you. It's
I'm
quick. It's
definitely
easy.
adding extra stuff
I
into it,
mean,
and it's
yeah,
gonna look like it came
I
from a
definitely
ramen
zhuzh
noodle
it up a
plate.
little bit, but this is it's just
Yeah.
No, you don't. He
Or
eat
I
I
mean,
it
put hella
exactly like it
different
is.
seasons in there, and I zhuzh it up some shit, Chef Boy El Negro.
look,
I have
put
an
some
eclectic palate.
put some what's that, the chicken bouillon in there?
Yep, you
Not the
throw,
cube
throw,
kind,
throw a
but
little
the syrup. Yes,
obey in there,
throw some. Let me tell you, because I like my noodles
Devin,
kind of
I'm
still hard.
dead.
I like my not hard, but I like them still kind of not
A la
mushy.
dent. Is that how
Yes,
you say
a la
it?
dente.
Yeah.
Yes, I still like them like
Dente.
that.
Is it dente?
Yes, so I
Yeah.
put the noodles in with the water. So by the time it start boiling, the noodles fall apart. Then it's time to eat. But I put some soy
So you
sauce,
over here
some
making
sesame
paste.
oil. I'm telling you, yeah, it gets real. I had to put some sesame oil because I put half chicken broth, half water, sesame oil, some soy sauce. I'll throw some scallions in that boy. Let me tell you.
She said we gonna make this shit restaurant motherfucking top tier.
Yes, or I'll
I ain't
use
mad.
HelloFresh like the meal prep. The automatic.
That's Devin
I was
shit.
doing that for a while, but then they start repeating their damn meals because they
Man,
don't know
no,
what to pick to cook
HelloFresh. I
either.
have a love hate relationship with HelloFresh because they do be coming in handy, but they expensive, and I don't want to be paying for it all the time. So I just be skipping weeks.
And it don't be enough
That
food.
part, because me and Monique definitely got the four people family plan, and it's just two of us. And
Got to. Got
You
to.
have to because if you get the one for two people, because I get the one for two people, ain't
no,
nobody getting no
you
leftovers.
starving.
You
Not a
got
little
two
bit. Not
chicken
enough.
breasts, one for you, one for you. That's it.
No,
HelloFresh is not
at all.
playing. They is
Like
not playing.
they ain't give you nothing else extra. They counted to the
You gonna
grain of
have enough
salt.
for that
Like,
picture.
look,
They
Facts.
gonna give you
they
Big
say
enough
facts.
for your picture. Okay, you
garlic.
got your
They
picture.
gave
Make
a
sure you upload
clove, like
it.
a piece of the clove. They didn't even give you the whole garlic. They said a clove, nigga. We just said a little bit of garlic. That's it.
See, that's how you know you got the wrong people back there putting that shit together because nigga, I'm gonna need more garlic than that.
I need it.
Like,
Man, and let me tell you, we ain't gonna get into the garlic. You said a teaspoon. Okay, go ahead and add 2 tablespoons.
We just keep we keep
Make
making a
the
table.
little
yeah.
recipe cards, and then we go to the grocery store and try to get the shit.
Yep. Or I keep skipping the weeks,
That's
and then you can just go and get the recipes from that once
I've
you
been
skip the
skipping the
weeks.
weeks, and then I fuck around and forget, and then I
That's
wake up
funny.
one time and it's just a fucking big ass box.
With a seventy
Shit, that
dollar
bitch is
box.
90. I'll be
Uh, yours. Oh,
yes.
because you do the four. Yeah, mine is 60 because I do the two. The three
A
meals.
week.
It's 3 meals for two people, so six. Yeah, yeah,
I
and
was
it's sixty
finessing it.
dollars. But
Hello Fresh need to pay us at this point because we fuck them. All right, let's
Um.
bring it back,
okay, because
y'all,
we
because
didn't
we
move
are
Okay.
on.
not
So look,
we not doing this for Hello
we
Fresh.
I got a few
Free
people I probably
promotion.
didn't fuck. I didn't fuck with at work, so I wasn't hanging out with them at all.
I don't hang out with people at like outside of work. Like my old manager, he used to have to beg me, like, "Can you please come to the get together?" I'm like,
Oh
"No,
no,
y'all
but
don't pay me
I
for
had
that."
some friends that I actually were cool with that I hung with outside of work. It was actually one friend I assumed, maybe I just read it wrong. I thought we were friends outside of work, but after I stopped working there, I barely saw him, and then now I don't even speak to him. And
Oh, so you was a friend out of convenience.
I got about
I
four.
guess, but his
I got about
roommate, no,
four.
his roommate though, I'm cool
Yeah.
with. Like we hang out still, you know. Matter of fact, I'm in his little Verizon 5 to get the free. He been paying for my YouTube Premium for years, so I'm.
You
Damn.
being very
That's
genuine out of convenience for free.
We're
loyal
actually
out of
cool.
convenience.
The other one, I don't really talk to him like that,
Okay,
but we're actually cool. But I just
that's funny.
I don't know if everybody is usually genuine. I feel. I mean, I guess maybe relationships are transactional in that aspect.
I'm genuine. I feel like I'm definitely
Absolutely.
genuine to people. But then once I don't feel like it's reciprocal, then my genuineness doesn't stop. But I have no reason to continue interacting with you
No, I
in
feel
that
you.
Okay.
way. Once I get that feeling like you're not a genuine person, it's just like if I feel like okay, you act one way with me, one way with that, like you're different to everybody. I was like, okay, I kind of you know how to categorize people and kind of keep them out your peripheral, I guess you could say. But you just don't feel the need that you owe them anything. Like you're still gonna be yourself, but I'm not gonna go out of my way.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Right. That makes
I would
sense.
Yeah.
say, like, I'm trying to think. People I work with now, I feel like I would hang out with. I don't know. It's weird though, because I'm a manager. Like I don't even know how to
Mm.
really do last situation I could because
Hmm.
granted I was their manager. I was just an employee just like them at one point and I just got promoted. But now I come in, I feel like there's just unsaid feeling because I'm the manager.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you now have that title.
Like you little subordinate bitches. I'm not about to play with you. No, I'm just joking.
Nah, because my boy's
I'm
like,
just
he was like,
joking.
I smoke
Yeah.
with I smoke with
Kind of.
my assistant manager, and she was like, why are you smoking with the help? I'm like, first off, like, damn, nigga, like she ain't the help. Like,
Damn.
I mean, I don't look at him like the help,
Oh my
but
gosh. I
Like
don't
y'all
like
not
people that
all.
think
Like
like
y'all
that.
not. Right.
Like, are we not all
No.
adults? Just because we have different
Right.
I
titles,
mean,
what does that
they
mean?
are younger though. I
Exactly.
do feel old working there.
Well, you work at the
Yeah,
okay, that makes sense. But
Yeah.
still, just to call someone just because they're a different
they're
title
not
need the
the I like
help, that's kind of fucked up.
I never like refer to them like to customers like, oh yeah, my employees, stuff like, I feel like certain shit like that is like demeaning. Like
Yeah, people that do
yeah,
stuff like that are
I
power
still refer to
hungry.
them as my coworkers, even though I'm their
Right.
boss, I guess technically. But
Yeah.
Their boss. Yeah.
I had a team lead, or she got promoted to manager, and one time she was on the phone with somebody, and she's, "Oh, let me call you back. My employee is here."
Like, bitch.
Did you hire me? Like, what? What is your? Okay, all right,
Like, is this your company?
right. Your
Like,
name on the building?
wait,
Oh,
were you at work or
right.
were you just
yeah.
outside of
You
work?
get
Like, did you
fired
come
just like
over
that.
and oh, my employee's at the door?
No,
Oh,
she was
okay,
at her desk.
okay.
We
At
were
least you were
at
at
work,
work. Like I would have felt a way if she would just saw you out in
but it was
public.
still
Oh,
just
hold on,
weird.
my employee's there. Just
Right, it's just weird. Like,
But even at work, like it's still just like don't don't like I have a name. Like let's start there. Like my name is Courtney, and you know what I'm
she
saying.
needs help.
Like
Like, you're at work. Get off your phone. Like, it was just very weird, and I didn't last long there. But yeah, that was very that was very different.
yeah.
But
Dev, what's the Oh, I'm
uh,
sorry. Were you still making a point?
no, no, no. Go ahead. What was the next
Oh,
thing?
yeah. What was the next topic that we were
would
gonna
you
discuss? If I look at my text
would you
messages, it's gonna
rather
like
be
time
Mm-hmm.
out.
wanted or needed? Yeah,
Wanted.
I guess
Definitely
so.
wants it
If I'm needed,
for
it's gonna
sure.
start to feel like a burden
I mean,
on me.
I don't even want to be needed by anybody at this point. I don't have any kids. I don't.
Exactly, because when you're needed by kids, it's, I hate to say it, but it's kind of like a burden. Like, you always have to. Oh, I got to make sure this, that, and the third. Versus you just being like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess being needed is it's
Some
good
people want to
in
be
a lot of
needed.
ways though
Yeah,
too.
Some people need that.
I think that's
Some
weird.
people need that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's more of a man
Really,
thing.
I don't want to be. Drew,
I do.
My feminine energy is telling me to be wanted, not needed.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a man thing. I know. Listen, I've done my fair share of dating, and I definitely know when a
I
man
feel like
is
it's
feeling like he gets his value from
that's a
being
bit of a red
needed.
flag to me if
Hmm.
you aspire to be needed. That's weird.
I
Like I
think so
don't.
Yeah,
too.
like I remember I was like out with a guy, and I think I just like offered because I didn't like him like that, so I was like, let me offer to pay for my
You know
portion
what? I fuck with that.
because
I fuck with that.
I don't want
I
you to
fuck
get
with
no
that.
kind of
See
ideas. So
this is what
because
I'm
this is
talking about. This is what
yeah,
when I'm
because
talking
this
about
is
my
gonna be the
friend. This is
last
what I'm
date.
talking about. See, this is the right thing to do. You don't accept this meal from this man that you know likes you, and then just play sleep.
I've never been a yeah. I've never been a
he said,
I'm gonna go
play
out with this
sleep.
nigga for a free meal. I've never been to go out with a
Mm-mm.
nigga for a free meal
Me
because
neither.
I don't have the patience for it, and
I can afford my own
I,
food.
yeah, like I don't have to do that. So I prefer not to. But I was trying to pay for my food, and he's like, no, like no, I'm gonna pay for it for you. And then we had like conversations later, and I was just like, oh, you're one of those type of guys
Hmm.
who he gets his value from a
I'm a
woman
man. I provide.
needing him. Yeah, like that type of dude. And while I'm like, okay, that's cool for somebody else. That's not cool for me. And but I feel like men like that tend to be very controlling. Like those are the ones who will, if you get into a relationship with them and you don't have shit, it's like, yes, jackpot.
Hmm.
Now I can dictate what this bitch does. I can financially abuse her. I
That's too
can,
I
much.
brought you
all
up.
type of shit.
I brought you up.
Yeah,
When I met you, you ain't had nothing. There's a lot of
yeah.
men like
I
that
mean,
though.
I,
I'm telling
I
you,
mean, I'm
Devin, and you
sure.
don't date
I'm
men, so
sure.
you would know.
I'm sure there are
So
a lot of men like that.
that's why I said it was a man. That's why I said it was a man thing, because I feel like there's more men like that than you would actually think that
Imagine,
are
yeah, imagine dating a woman that you need. How much
I
of a man does
mean,
that
right,
make you feel like? If you need
right.
this woman, I need her because if I don't have her, then I don't have a car.
I'm.
I need her
I
because if
mean,
I
okay,
don't
but
have
see,
her, I don't have
where
nowhere to live.
you're, but I
Yeah, I need
okay,
to
you're
live.
talking of need as in physical need, but you could have emotional needs to be with her. Like maybe you need her to make for your life to make sense, pretty much, or something like that. Like you.
I think that's a okay. So you're putting a specific. I thought we were speaking more objective versus subjective because you said, "Do you want to be wanted or needed?" Emotional needs is a different
I mean,
category
it's.
to me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you say, "Do you want
Yeah.
to be wanted or needed?" I'm just saying, like, as a person, that's the way I'm taking the question. Do you want to be a person that's
But I'm
wanted,
saying
or do you want to be a
like
person that's needed?
it's the different reasons of why you need. Like, yeah, you could be needed for transportation and shit like that. I mean, would you?
Housing.
But,
Life.
but I mean, is that that's not? I guess that's not something you can be wanted for. I guess. I mean, like, I guess.
I just like individually as a person, I want to be wanted versus needed because just being needed, it feels like a burden. Once you are with somebody, I think that's when you make a conscious decision to care about their emotional wants, their emotional needs, or physical wants or physical needs. But I don't care about any of that if I don't want you.
I just
Right.
I have to
Exactly.
want you. To, if I want
yeah.
you, that comes with it.
I
That is
feel
a
that
buy
the
Mm-hmm.
one get
reason
one
I
free.
want to be
If I don't want you, then I don't care about your
yeah I
needs
want
or
to,
your
but I
emotional
want to be
needs or anything
wanted
like that.
because it's an actual
Exactly.
choice to want me, and
Yeah.
needed, you might be in a situation where you need somebody. And is it actually me that you need, or do you just need
To
anybody?
me,
Where if it's want, I feel like it's more catered
yeah.
to you wanting
Right.
Yeah.
me as a whole, and not just wanting somebody for something. If that.
Yeah. I was having a conversation with a friend, and we were just talking about relationships and stuff, and she was in this relationship for X amount of years, and she just felt like she couldn't leave because she was, I mean, she didn't say this, but just based on what she was saying, it was like he needed her. Like he needed her just because, like he was just kind of like irresponsible, and she would just kind of pick up the pieces and clean up the mess,
So
and
she started to feel
it
like
kind of,
his parent.
yeah, it kind of forced her to stay in the situation for longer than what she wanted to, because she just felt like she was actually needed by this person, and if she would have left him, then he would suffer in a lot of different ways. And I was just like, damn, that's fucked up, because a lot of people probably are in situations like that where they feel like this person needs them, and they're just staying because they're giving more of themselves versus considering themselves. So they're just
Mm-hmm.
like, let me, they're considering that person more than they're considering
Their
their
own.
own self. Yeah, and I was like, huh, that's an
I mean, I
interesting
feel like that's what love is
dynamic, because
in general, though.
I'm not staying with no nigga that need me. But, to
But I feel
each
like
his
that's what
own.
love is in general, though.
Not anybody who
It's
needs me in that
staying.
way.
I mean, is
What?
caring about somebody else's needs above your own. Like I feel like that's what.
I
Mm,
think that you should do that like once you're married.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah.
Um,
I'm not saying you just out here just
more
every nigga you get
so
with. Okay, nah, this nigga's the world is fuck myself. But I mean, like
Yeah. You can't always continue
that's
pouring from an empty cup.
Yeah, that's the point I'm making. It's like need being needed in the way that she was being needed was draining to her.
Hmm.
Like it wasn't like that's why I say relationships are transactional because he was getting what he was needing from her, but he was not pouring back into her cup.
And
So
that's
no,
where, yeah,
I don't feel like that's love. I feel like that's just an
manipulation.
emotional leech. Yeah, it's like you're just leeched onto this person because of comfort and if you do some dumb shit, that person's gonna come and fix it. And it's like I don't want to continue to be your savior because I'm draining myself in this process and it's
Hmm.
not fair to me. But so no, in that case I don't feel like, that's what you do when you're in love with somebody. No. Especially if it didn't start like if it started that way and you was that nigga's mama from the beginning, then that's kind of what you signed up for. But
Yeah.
if it develops into that later, you're gonna have to find a way to either pull yourself out of that mode so you can, begin to pour back into that person, or, that person did the right thing by getting away because, he was just taking, 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 and there was no, it wasn't
The
reciprocal.
minute you ask for them to give something back, it's like, ah,
Yeah. Or they just
okay.
can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they just like literally, they don't even know how at this point because they're so used to it
well, if they
being
don't know how, you don't
The
think you
one
other
can
way
teach them.
way.
around. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't got time to teach
I
you how to be
mean,
reciprocal.
I mean,
if
How
you've
much?
been, why did it change? Like if
I
you've
mean,
been one way in the beginning and then
yeah,
for whatever
if it
reason, it
changes, okay.
changes.
But I'm just saying if you,
More than likely, the representative is the one that's reciprocal
Right.
because the representative is getting paid the way that he wants to get paid, and then he's like, "Oh, okay," and then he gets you real comfortable, and then he go ahead, "All right, I'm gonna
And
go
then
ahead and
it's
dip out."
like, oh, this is who I really am.
Hmm.
Yeah, no,
And then
that's
by
some
that
bullshit.
time, you're probably so warped that you don't even realize it, and then by the time you realize, you're like, "Damn, it's been a couple months, 5 years,
too long,
six,
Yeah,
seven,
man.
eight."
exactly.
See, that's why I feel like you need to date
Exactly.
somebody for like, honestly, 2 years, 2 years before anything serious. The first year is bullshit.
Date
What
someone
do you
two
think?
Like
years
before
before
super
before you're
serious,
serious.
because unless you really know them, like if this is a new person, that first year is bullshit to me. The first year is all fucking honeymoon phase and puppy love shit. That's
I agree.
the
Mm,
first
the
year.
It
first
can
year
be.
though.
I can
I agree. The
easily
first
say the
couple
first
months,
year.
not year.
I easily would say the first year.
Hmm.
I
You
ain't.
don't. I feel like
Okay.
These days you can't even get these niggas to act right for 3 weeks. So a year?
I
That's
think the
what I'm
first. Oh,
saying. So, but
52 weeks?
like that kind of year? Are we talking about a different kind of
I
year?
mean, look,
A full
look.
calendar?
The COVID year was sped up, but you know how many people relationship did not stand that COVID quarantine? Cause shit.
Do you want to talk about why it didn't? Because I can tell you exactly why it didn't. We got so accustomed to I was when everybody was divorcing left and right. I'm like, see this that shit. We got so accustomed to everybody's going to work daily life. I didn't have to deal with you for 24 hours straight. I had to deal with you from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. and then again from maybe 6 p.m. to about 10 p.m. when you went to sleep. And then you would sleep for 8 hours and then it started all over. I didn't have to deal with you breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, everything in between, your daily, your mood swings from work, you're yelling at your coworkers. I didn't get to experience all that. Right? So there was people that was probably experiencing hell at home and then watching that same nigga that giving them hell at home keep keying it up at work happy as fuck all day and you like well I thought you was depressed
Right.
but you happy as
Right.
hell at work
Exactly.
or you got people that's just
And then
mad as hell at work.
you just really learn so much more
Oh
having
man.
them additional hours, and you like, I don't even really like you now that I think about it. Like,
Yep.
what's Drake album called? Honestly, never mind. Yeah, that's how a lot of people was.
See, never
Like,
mind.
damn.
Cause you too needy, or there was probably people that got so accustomed, for instance, like husbands that were just used to their wives taking care of them once they got home from work, and they were thinking they were supposed to have that all day now. And it's
Yeah.
like you
Like,
think you
no,
gonna sit on the
nigga, you
couch and
here.
me, right? You think you gonna sit on the couch and me serve you beers, and I'm still taking care of the kids by myself? Help!
You
You're
got
here
life
now.
fucked up. Right.
Yeah, I
In
think
the
it was a
flesh.
lot of
So,
that. I think it was a
yeah.
lot of that. It was a lot more arguing, and then you had the people that were probably abusive, and then they were home with their abusive ass wife or husband. All girl, it was a lot going on
Yeah.
during that COVID. It was a scary
I
time.
I can only imagine because I'm just like, and then you got the three of us, we don't have kids. So you add in like that dynamic with the kids, and it's just like, oh, fuck this whole house. Like, this whole house can go to hell. Like, everybody in it. So
Yes, I had so many friends talking about how they was just going crazy, and I'm like,
I'm
oh,
like, you
y'all,
hate
now
your
you're mad
kids,
because you,
huh?
yeah, because they weren't used to being with their home with their kids all day. They used to them being
Yeah.
at school for
Yeah.
8 hours.
Like, I
Go
gotta
get
be
on your
your
teacher's
teacher?
nerves.
I have to
Yep.
That's
be your
why I
teacher?
used to see how Monique would come
Oh,
home after
fuck
dealing with all
this
the damn
shit.
kids. So,
It was a lot going
Ain't no
on during
way.
COVID time,
but
man.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
think I guess how would I segue that in there? Okay, so since we were talking about quarantine and red flags, I couldn't think of anything. So, red flags.
Niggas coughing. No, I just went a red flag. Nigga, you coughing? Oh, you
Right.
got to go.
Oh, you
Got to get up out
snore?
of
I
here.
was
You breathe?
about to say
You
if
got to
snoring
get
is a
up out
red
of here.
flag, I'm all fucked up.
Yeah, no.
Ooh, so
Cause yeah,
same
what
sex
would you
red
warn us
flags.
about, and what should I warn y'all about? Because I'm sure y'all can think of all the red flags that y'all see about us, but about
What would I warn a man about? Hmm.
is I'm
I
gonna say
mean, women are
is it
kind
that
of
hard?
perfect, but
Right.
um, I would say like if you just meet a woman and her texting is like, you know, you guys have like went out or maybe you've like dated for a little while and her texting is like real few far and in between, she probably not really that into you. Because
That's a red flag.
when I'm into somebody, I'm definitely gonna like respond quickly. Like
Yeah.
it's not enough busy in the world to, oh, I'm sorry I'm texting you 18 hours later, but I was busy. Like, it
I
takes
don't understand people like that.
yeah, it takes 2 seconds to send a text message. Like, you seen that shit. Like, you seen it.
But
So I
you
would
seen
definitely
text
say
messages and
that,
forget, and then it's
texting.
literally literal times you said, "Oh, I thought I sent that message to you."
Yeah, I could have been lying, but I also
Yeah.
but no, sometimes I'll like see it pop up on my laptop and I'll like start typing it maybe and then I'll get sidetracked. I mean, you can there are times when I get sidetracked, but I mean, oftentimes I'll
If it's
see it and
somebody you
I'll
like, if
no,
it's
I'm
some,
just oh no, I was talking about with Devin.
oh, oh,
But no, if it's somebody that I like and that I'm like, somebody who's like trying to court me, then I'm definitely gonna be, all in. But if it's somebody that I'm not really too interested in, and I'm
yeah,
just like passing
you don't
time with
really
this
care.
person, yeah,
Yep,
I'm
you don't
just
really
like,
care.
I'll get back to it when I get back to it.
So a red flag is if she's not responding to you damn near immediately, she's not that into you. Because
Not
let
that
me tell
into
you,
you.
if it's somebody that I'm into, I'm anticipating your response because of a conversation we're having.
Yeah, I want to go back. I'm excited about this back and forth.
Yeah.
So
Or if it is even a situation where I thought I sent the text, I'm gonna be like, damn, he ain't responded. Oh, I didn't even send it. Like, I'm just gonna be something that I'm going to actively work on. So
exactly,
when guys be like, yeah, she ain't responding, she don't like you, bruh.
yeah,
You ain't
yeah.
doing it. You ain't getting you ain't lighting the right synapses. It ain't working.
Synapses. I like
It's
that.
just not. Because when a girl like
Well, I mean, you know
you
what?
gonna know.
I feel that's the same.
Which
That's
is
the
Exactly.
why
same thing with men,
sometimes
though.
we try.
Like if it,
I'll say this. Sometimes we try to like dial it back a little bit, but you can tell from the quality of the conversation if she likes you.
Mhm.
Like
Exactly.
if you're asking me various questions and I'm answering every single question, I'm paying attention for a reason. But the
Mhm.
girls that just be like, you be like, "Good morning, beautiful," then they be like, "Hey, that girl don't like you."
I don't know why. I don't know why any
Hi.
man would text get a good
Just
morning,
real short.
beautiful. Nah, just, man,
I don't like
that's that
don't
simp
do me with a
shit.
good morning, beautiful. I want the guy that I'm into. I want him to like
He has to
listen to
cater
me
to
talk,
you
learn how
and
I
how you
am,
would
and then know
respond.
how to come to me. Yes,
That Grand
yes,
Rising
Mhm.
Queen.
I am a very curated cup of tea. Okay, you
Dog,
can't
I wish a
just
nigga would hit me with a grand rising block. You're blocked.
instantly,
Yeah.
instantly.
Take your fake hotep ass the fuck out of my inbox
I ain't
because
got
we're not doing
time.
this. We're not playing this game. Not at all. Um, if a woman just wants to go out to eat and she don't want to do shit else, she just want to go out to eat and you pay for it, nigga, you the meal ticket. You are the meal ticket.
Yeah.
Like, if she don't want to do
I
nothing
mean,
else, but
Where
that's
hey,
we
an
going?
let's
obvious
hang
red
out.
flag.
Where
We
where
gotta.
where
I
are we
need
going
some.
to eat?
Some of like, damn, I ain't think about that. That's a. He just being stupid.
A woman who has nothing to talk about
Okay.
is a red
Super red
flag.
flag.
Because I
Agreed.
feel like at that point, she just wants to hear whatever you have to say so then she can curate
Her responses to
what to
kind of
say.
cater to what type of person. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Hmm.
you are.
I guess that would be.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I feel
Because
like a lot of these. I feel like a lot of these red flags are gonna, like, you will be able to apply them
to
to
both.
men and yeah,
Yeah.
because what red flags do you feel like uh men have that don't necessarily like? It's not something that women
I don't know. Men are
necessarily
a
do.
lot more absent-minded. I I I think a lot of times, just in general, when women think men are trying to be slick about something, we ain't. Like I feel like women think a lot of times we're more complicated than we are. Like it's I would say it's a red flag if a nigga is complicated, honestly, because most niggas
Because
most
why are
Mm-hmm.
niggas
you
are not too
complicated?
complicated. Most niggas will tell you what's on their mind, show you what's on their mind. It's not, you don't have to really read too deep in it. I would.
I feel like that's the case when like it's just when you're kind of
I
here with the
mean,
person.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I guess I don't. I feel like I don't know. I did have in my younger days when I would play certain mind games, but like now, I am so transparent. like I'm not trying to be slick about shit. I do think, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But that's something you grow
it's a
into.
combination of either growing into it or just not caring anymore. Honestly, I mean, oh yeah,
When you're in
definitely.
your 20s,
But
you care too much.
everything in your
Yeah.
20s, everything revolves around getting women. Period. Every The thought of getting women is probably the result of every single thing you're thinking or doing in your 20s, at least for men. I don't know how it is with women, but for men, yes.
Mm.
Everything we are doing is usually a result of trying to get a woman.
I can
I
agree with
can
that.
believe it. I
I
was about to
mean,
say that's
and
about right
it's really a
for
one track
men.
mind. I don't know until I guess you get maybe in your 30s. I don't know.
Yeah. I think another red flag, even though we've already talked about this, is like how we were saying how men how some men feel like they
Yeah,
need
that
to
was
be
definitely
needed.
a red flag.
That's definitely yeah, that's definitely a huge red flag because at that point you're already showing me that you thrive off of
Con-
control. Like you need to be controlled.
Hmm.
Like I'm telling you, I offered to pay for my shit, and it was like you would have thought that I slapped this nigga mama or something. Like it was like the utmost disrespect that I was like about to slide him like $40. Like, I'm gonna just put this in the bill for me, and it
but
was just
see,
like, no,
but see
your
that
money
control
is.
though makes
I'm
No,
just
girl,
that's
like,
why
yeah.
I say certain
shit.
women put themselves in a precarious position when they want a nigga who's just going to pay for everything, because then you putting yourself in a position where you kind of lose control of the situation, or you not lose control, you kind of don't have control over the situation or relationship.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
mean, yeah. I just think it's like if you have your own money and you put yourself in it's worse if you don't have your own money and you put yourself in that position because it's like now you're under this nigga's thumb and you stupid broke bitch. You can't do anything about it now. Like you have to just deal with, this
Whatever
nigga
he say.
controlling, yeah, with him controlling every financial move, being financially abusive, like yeah. So
That's the
somebody,
worst situation to ever be in because not only
man,
do you not have a voice, you're literally help like you can't even make a move if you want to because
yeah,
somebody else control the money. Like I
yeah,
would never want to put myself in a position where I'm solely like just financially asked out unless it's
yeah.
him.
Because
Because a
I
lot
think
of men
Pretty
feel like
much.
my money, my rules.
exactly, and I don't think that I don't think that
Exactly.
they're
So my money, my rules. Your
right.
money, whatever the fuck. But you're not gonna be able to control my every move, what I buy. What? No,
Yeah,
absolutely not. Because the
yeah, or
minute you
like
decide, the minute you get
monitoring.
upset, or the minute you look to somebody else got a bigger ass than me.
Yeah, yeah. I know one of my friend tells me about her friend who's in this type of situation. Like, she's tried to leave multiple times. They have kids involved, and she like started cheating because she was so unhappy. But I'm like, whoa, if she get caught cheating, I can only imagine what's gonna happen to her. But that's just how unhappy she is. But she has no ambition to work.
So she really
She
ain't
has no
try to
ambition to
leave
even
then.
try to
Like she just
find
said, "Hey, I
a
want to
job.
leave, but didn't
I
try to
mean,
leave because she could have got
she's
a
tried to
job."
like, yeah,
I want to leave to somebody else in the
she's
same
unhappy.
situation.
Yeah,
Oh
she
yeah,
want
so
to
she
leech
ain't
on
really
to
trying to
somebody else, but
leave.
she just ain't
Yeah.
found
She's just trying
that
to find
person.
another
I'm just like,
situation,
she's just unhappy.
She just want
Yeah.
another dick.
She no, she wants to leave him.
but
Yeah.
not
She
as money.
definitely wants to leave him, but she just doesn't have the yeah. Yeah, cuz he, apparently was making some decent money, but I'm like, child, boo. Ain't no way. But so
I will
yeah.
always have a job. I will always have my own in some way, shape, or form.
Got to. Got to. Cuz why as adults anyway in 2022 will we be depending on somebody else financially? Like I don't want to have to depend. Now
Oh
I'm going to
yeah,
be with
she's
somebody who has
definitely gonna
a
have the
bag,
bag.
but I don't want to have to.
I don't play.
Yeah, like I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm not fucking around. Yeah, I'm not fucking around with these brokies.
But you
But
know what? I feel
yeah.
I feel like
So,
men
but
need to get to that point.
if
Love yourselves, man. Kings out there, you need to make sure that if the girl wants you to have a car, make sure she got a car. If she wants you to have your own house, make sure she got a house.
and that's not allowed to ask for,
That's another red flag. That's another red flag. Like someone that's making requirements or have
and they
these
don't
That was
have
desires
them.
damn near
and they
every girl
don't
in
even
college,
match
though.
what they're asking
Like,
for. I
Yeah,
mean, in college, don't nobody got nothing. Anybody got a pack of noodles, $5. But I'm talking about like as adults now. Like you
yeah. We
shouldn't be
35.
35 years old, still living at home, this, that, and the third, but
yeah,
demanding
I'm saying,
whoever
but I said
talks
this
to you
house,
have their
this
own.
housing
Why? So
market
you
is
can all
fucked
move
up. It's
in?
okay if you live at home with your
Right.
parents. Just be okay if he live at home with his parents.
I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. But
Exactly.
I'm just saying, as far as what
Yeah.
somebody is demanding of someone else.
At least let it mostly match. At least let it mostly match.
You
Like
can't
I'm
come with 3 kids, but talking about this guy can't have none.
yeah,
Why? So you can give him his
exactly.
first? Because obviously you trying to get all the motherfucking Infinity Stones with all your kids.
Right.
So why he can't have no
Exactly.
kids? Y'all could be the
Exactly.
Brady Bunch.
Like this is the part where I feel like can be a little unequal. Like um maybe like 2015, 2014, I probably was making like I don't know, maybe 40,000 a year or something like that. And I dated somebody who was making 140,000 a year. But I had all my own shit. I had my own apartment. I had my own car. I had a job. Very self sufficient. And he obviously had all those things too, but he just made a substantial amount more money than I made. And I mean, it wasn't like at that time I wasn't like demanding like, oh, I gotta have a rich nigga. Like I gotta have, but I did want somebody who had their own house, their own car, a job, and
But
I
because
guess
you had those things as well.
yeah, and I guess like like honestly, as a woman now, I would not date anybody who made that amount of money. I just wouldn't. But
40 or 140.
for him, 40, yeah,
Her
140 about to
cap
be at
is
anyway. So I wouldn't
you ain't no regular nigga fucking with me.
as a man,
Entry level.
as a man, he didn't require he didn't require me to make that amount of money, and he paid for mostly everything. So that dynamic, it worked out. But just to say, like, I wouldn't, if he didn't want to date me because I didn't have a car, or I was living at home, or whatever. Like I would be okay with him being like, you know what, baby girl,
We ain't equally yoked.
you're not my caliber of woman. Like I would have to eat that.
Look, but yeah, women have more standards than men, and that's
Um,
what it
a
is.
man will date a broke woman, and a woman
Y'all
will
do.
before a woman will knowingly date a broke man. Yes,
I
but
think that's true.
Women have more standards for men, and it's okay for women to have certain standards where in certain situations it's not okay for us to have any. Like
Mm,
you can have physical standards. We cannot have
yes,
physical
you
standards. We
guys
get dragged
can
to
have
filth. We're
physical
body
standards.
shaming.
You guys can a hundred
No, we
percent have
can't.
physical standards. You can.
Not safely. Not safely.
Not
No.
safely.
Mm-mm.
wait. So wait, what kind of
Because
physical standards are we saying? Because now you saying safely, and now it sounds like something else. I'm thinking something else is cooking in my mind when you say safely, because men
He
can
feel like he's
definitely
gonna get
say,
bashed for having like, oh, I want a skinny girl.
yeah,
I want
it's
this. I want that. Like, I don't think that's true though.
any t-
I don't think
any
so.
type of wanting having a preference in a body type, you're body shaming.
Nowadays, you are.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I
You
mean.
can't say
You have a
anything
preference
offense.
on.
Everything is offensive. Like everybody is on the defense. So anything you say, if there's an opposite of that, then you're automatically anti.
But it's okay for. I'm saying it's okay for women to have standards or preferences when it comes to men. We just
Women
supposed
are
to
more
take it.
inclusive than men are
And
when it comes to those standards.
what do you mean?
A man, okay, from my perspective, if you ask a man what type of woman you want, they're gonna say, "Oh, I want a thin slick, a slim thick. What is it? Slim thick, red bone or brown skin or this that and third, long hair, da da da, this that and third." But it's always going to kind of portray around the same type of body type. Either she's gonna be thin or slim thick, or maybe just thicker than a snicker, right? But it's always
I
that.
mean,
You'll never hear someone say
it's
like, "Oh, I
general
want a chubby
because
girl." You'll never hear that.
it's general
I've never
because
heard a man say
of.
that. I want a chubby girl, or I want a big bone girl, or
I
I
something like
mean,
I
that.
be
But
hear
you'll always
I
I've
you'll
hear
heard.
hear
guys say
women
that. I
say,
hear
Huh?
"I'm a
guys say
chubby
they want
chaser."
thick. I hear guys say they want thick
Yeah, I've
women.
heard
Like
thick.
I've heard guys more
Thick,
recently like shame skinny women, like
thick,
smaller women.
yes. But like I would say now, women with bellies are being more accepted. But 5, 10 years ago, absolutely not.
Yeah,
Absolutely not. It was the
yeah.
I
BBL
mean,
culture. We're gonna grow with an entire BBL culture where everybody's supposed to look like
I'm sick of
brat
them
doll.
ants. I'm sick of
and
them
ants.
ants.
Yes, but
I'm
I
sick.
will hear women say, "I want, oh, I'm a chubby chaser, or this, that, and the third, or I want a man with a big belly, this, that, whatever." But that's more inclusive than what you'll hear a man say they want in a woman. Most of the time, they want a woman. I
I
want a
don't.
woman that who got a big ass, some big titties, da 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 da, slim
Right.
I
waist.
don't know. I don't know. I feel like dudes are more open in general with how a woman looks versus
I've heard
women are with
measurements
men.
of 30-fold, 20-fold, 36 more in songs that men write.
I mean, niggas say a lot of shit in
Don't
songs.
they? But that
That
kind of
don't mean
sets. But that
shit.
kind of sets like the culture. It definitely
Yeah.
sets like
Yeah, but
what people like and
niggas will say a lot of shit, and will fuck. Niggas will fuck completely different women than what he says he likes
that's
or
just
is
Oh,
true.
let's not
attracted
Niggas
get
will
it
to.
fuck.
twisted.
So I mean,
Let's
Yeah,
not get it twisted. Big girls are getting smashed on the regular. Big girls get more
I
dick than
got
anybody
big
always,
I
girl
know.
friends. I got big girl friends, and they will vouch for
always,
that. Like you think these
they
Nine
niggas
times
are
don't?
out of
getting
10,
smashed and they
the
are
big girl in the
gobbling
hood
dicks.
always got the fine ass nigga's baby. Let's be clear.
These things are
But
happening.
that fine
I
ass nigga,
mean,
if his friends ask him what type of girl he want, he's not describing her.
Right, but they like them.
He's not.
I mean,
And it's fucked up. It's very fucked up because you'll be like,
I don't know. He may just like the
or
fuck. I
that,
don't know if he like her, but
I
or
mean,
that
that's
too.
most niggas. Y'all just
But
be
I think that
fucking.
women are more inclusive.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's definitely a good point.
I just think that they're more, when it comes to vocally describing what they want. A man will keep the Barbie doll in the limelight because that looks good, the optics, but in the background,
Right.
but I'm
You got
saying
Big Bertha.
men can't openly say what they like because usually they're getting bashed and stuff like
who's
that,
bashing them
and
though?
women
Who's
can
bashing
say
them? Ain't no
women,
woman.
other
I
women.
don't think women will be bashing as much as men.
What? What?
Let me
Nah,
think about it. Wait,
nah.
let me think
You
about it. Let
can't.
me think
You
about it.
can't say
Let me
that.
think about it. Hold on.
No.
I
Uh.
take it back. I take it back. I take it back. Because women, I will say this: mean girls, if they see somebody that they desire someone that does not
Look like them.
look like them, then they're going to bash that woman to make themselves feel better and try to make him feel like, why are you even with her when you could be with someone like me that looks like me? But little do they know is sometimes it's not always about looks.
Right. Exactly.
You could be the
Yeah,
finest
but I.
motherfucking thing walking, but dumb as a bag of rocks, rude as a bag of rocks, mean as fuck, manipulative, narcissist.
I mean, yeah, I
This one could be
agree, but
sweet as
I'm still
pie, but
saying
because she don't look a
that
certain way, that means that she's not worthy. I
a,
think that's what it comes down to: is why does looks automatically determine your worthiness
I
as
think
a person?
I think when it comes to looks, I think men are a little bit more removed from that conversation. Like men don't really like women, we have been conditioned to consider how we look our entire lives. Like
Hmm.
from the time we're little girls, we've been conditioned to be
You're so
go
pretty.
walk down the skincare aisle line. It ain't no skincare shit that's like catered for men, not for real, like not how it is for women. So I feel like
And
men
if
I
it is,
men
it's
mean,
a
men
little
are
because
section.
yeah, men are not as inclined to give a fuck about looks like the way that women are.
Yeah,
So I think that
well, it's because we don't think y'all really care about it like that.
but we do.
I mean,
Like, and then also, I've women assume that we care about it too much because half of the shit y'all do, y'all claim is or is for us, but we don't care about a lot of the
I
shit.
can agree to that.
That's why a nigga will talk to you looking busted at a gas station because niggas don't give a
and
fuck
they
about all
but that's
that.
what I'm saying, and that's why y'all don't give a fuck because y'all have not been conditioned from the time you were born to give a fuck about your looks. Men are more functional. Oh, you're strong. Oh, you're smart. Little girls, oh, you're so pretty.
Hmm.
Oh, you're so cute. So
Pose for the camera.
I think that's why like
Look at your
men don't
hair.
exactly. Men don't really get off into like those types of like if there's like a let's say there's a hundred. people, in a conversation or in a chat, and let's say like the women in the chat are like, "Oh, we like a man who's tall and dark," and I do think that less men will give a fuck about a woman saying that versus a man saying, "I like light skin, big ass."
Yeah,
I think
niggas
more women. I
niggas don't
do.
care about the preference of what women like. Like niggas like okay, niggas will see it. Niggas say okay, but if a man come on, hey, I want X, Y, and Z in a woman. I guarantee there's some woman
Yeah, I
under
do.
the status
I
cutting
do.
into
I
him.
do think
Like
there will be more women that will have something to say about it because, again, like I just said, men are not conditioned to really give a fuck about their looks the way that women are conditioned to be obsessed. We're
Mhm.
obsessed with looking younger. We're obsessed with
It's
having
literally fed to
perfect
us.
lashes. We're obsessed with not having fucking pores. Like we have pores and we're obsessed with not having them.
Minimize them.
Like
Minimize. Minimize. Minimize.
yeah, like let's shrink them. Let's look
Yeah.
like fucking Bratz dolls in these fucking filtered pictures. Let's not even have noses because we can just filter them out and just look like you know what I'm saying? Like we don't even have to have mouths. Like if we just have cheekbones and fucking eyes and lips. Like so that's
But make sure
why
you
I think
contour. Make sure you contour.
that's exactly because the cheekbones got to be perfect. You got to look like a fucking African, Egyptian, Nigerian, Tunisian, South American. I mean, this is ridiculous.
And it
Exactly.
starts with magazines and it just goes from there. Like I
So,
it's
right. That's
crazy how like now as an adult looking back, you as a kid, you literally idolize what you saw in the magazines and on TV and you didn't even
and how
realize
perfect they looked.
99% of that shit is airbrushed. They don't
Yeah.
even look like that, which is why when you see a celebrity in real life, you're like, oh, you look different. Yeah, because you're used to seeing me photoshopped.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I see your pores now, and on your pictures, I didn't even know you had those.
There's
So,
a whole Instagram page I literally just started following after the whole Met Gala where they were showing the all everyone's untouched pictures and you're like, damn, you didn't even realize how conditioned you are to looking at the Photoshop picture until you see it back flipping back and forth and you're like,
yeah.
wow,
Even
you really
even
have
on like
acne.
yeah, even on like the like I'm a Kardashian fan. I'm okay with admitting that.
Thank
And
you.
so I watched their new show. Like I've watched every episode.
Girl,
And
okay, every Thursday
my
I'll be on my iPad.
as soon as it come out.
And I gotta say, I like
So
this version better than the other version because it is documentary style. But go ahead, I don't want to interrupt you.
how they be like looking in the camera and shit and
Yes,
talking, I'm like, okay, girl. But
it makes
you
it more
know,
relatable.
it does. I love it. I'm about to rewatch the last episode as soon as we get done. But my boyfriend does cinematography. So he does like all things camera, like photos,
Right.
videos, everything. And so when he watched just like a small part of the episode with me, he's like, wow, they are so airbrushed in this video. Like, he's like, this is like, they have so much soft. And he's using like a bunch of technical jargon that I'm like, I don't even know what this means. So I'm like, talk to me like a 5-year-old.
Right.
He's like, they're basically like they use like this, like it's just soft. Like you can't make out any
you
lines
talking
or
about soft lighting?
yeah.
It's like a
He was
filter
like
on the
this.
camera.
It is. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. And he was saying that, and I just thought that was funny. That was like the first thing he noticed because I'm like, oh, I just thought that was just makeup. But he's like, no, this is literally the camera. Like this
Mm-hmm.
is literally not what they look like at all. So they have that on top of makeup, and he was like, that's these people don't even look like these people.
Mm-mm.
And
It's
I'm like, they
crazy.
don't.
And I realized that because I remember it was one season I was watching Grey's Anatomy. And I'm like, why does everybody look like they have a filter on their face in a hospital? And so I asked
Yeah.
this guy that actually like does some of Shonda's videos. He worked on How to Get Away with Murder. And I'm like, is
Mhm.
this weird? Am I tripping? Is this weird? And he's like, oh no, yeah, it's the camera.
Yeah.
And I'm
It's
like, the
literally a
cameras
setting
do
on the camera.
that?
Yes, girl. Yes, my boyfriend got probably $30,000 worth of camera equipment,
That is
and
crazy.
the shit that it does is just like amazing to me. Like what these cameras do, I'm like, holy shit! I didn't even know that. You know,
It could do
but
all that.
yeah.
Like, you could
So
literally be a walking filter.
yeah,
That's why when people be like, oh, it's a video. What the fuck does that mean?
nothing, Today it literally means nothing because those videos are just like fucking Snapchat and Instagram
That's
filters.
crazy.
So, but just to speak to your point, like I do agree that I think that more women will be inclined to complain about a man speaking about his type because, women are we're like I said, we're just so inclined to,
Defend our
just
looks
yeah, and it's like, oh, well, he only likes light skinned women.
so that he
Like,
automatically
well,
hates dark
fuck you
skinned
then.
women.
Yeah, but with
Yep.
men, it's like, oh, you like dark skinned niggas? Like, okay,
That nigga ain't got nothing on me. They don't care
yeah,
because you
yeah,
guys
but
aren't
it's like,
conditioned to be in competition with each other.
yeah, and with their look, or with
Friendly competition,
Yeah.
but competition
Cause
itself.
you know the difference between a man and a woman in that exact same situation Maya just used. The difference between that, a man would be like, "Oh, I like light skinned girls," this, that, and the third. A dark skinned girl may get offended. He can say, "I like dark skinned girls." A light skinned girl may get offended. However, if the girl say that about a guy, the guy still go out with the girl and then be around his friends like dark skin, be like, "Yeah, she usually like light skinned niggas, but I bagged her."
I
right,
mean,
The
I
exactly.
girls over
mean,
here fighting, and the nigga over
my
here
wife
like,
did
"Yeah,
not
but
like
I
light
bagged
skinned
her."
niggas.
Right, they tussling. In the meantime, niggas are still fucking. So,
Niggas
I
like,
mean,
she usually like
like I
them, but I had
said,
to pull her away from them light skinned niggas. Like they take it as a challenge versus us as women. They take it as like, "Oh, you like that, so you don't like this." When that may
mm-hmm.
not have anything that just because I like dark meat don't mean I don't like white meat.
Right. Yeah. So it's
I just
really
may
a
prefer
difference
it.
in mind. It's a difference in this shit is deeper than just the surface level conversation we
Yeah,
having about it. Honestly, like
it's a
this shit is so
trauma.
much yeah, it's so much deeper than that
It's
because
a trauma.
dark skinned women and I know like dark skinned boys probably experience this too, but I feel like it affected girls more. But I know dark skinned girls were, just they were kind of terrorized like growing up. Like
Mm-hmm.
early 90s like boys
Yep.
but I know like little dark skinned boys got it too, like African booty scratcher and all those type of like names we had for like darker skinned people. I feel like those things traumatize women more because women and looks go together more so than men and look and
Yeah, because it's all
physical
about
well, I
being
mean,
appearance.
chose.
I'm sure everyone had their plight, be it if, whatever skin complexion. If you were light skinned, you may have been around a whole bunch of brown skinned people, so you were not accepted. You were the black sheep.
Right, but in society, like even in culture, even in media, like TV, we definitely see more, and this is a worldwide thing. This isn't just an American thing. We tend to see more lighter skinned people. Like
Yeah.
even in like India, like I hate when black people be like, "Oh, black people, we're the only ones who bring our race down." It's not true. I have a lot
No.
of Indian friends, and they have their caste system to where like the Indian comedians are like, the darker comedians don't really get no shine. Like, the lighter skinned Indian people are more inclined to be the face. They're more inclined to be, upfront and, get the roles and stuff like that. And it's no different.
Yep.
Like it's really the same
The
thing.
same with
So
what is it, Haiti and Dominican Republic?
yes, like the Haitian, like like you motherfuckers are all from the same goddamn plantation, but because you live here and you
And
live
you're
here,
lighter and you're darker.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Dominicans, they don't like being called, black. But it's like, nigga, you just the light skinned black.
But it really
So
all just
calm down.
stems from racism. It really all
Yeah.
stems from field and house. It
Yeah.
stems from all of that because the lighter you were, the more accepted
The
you were.
easier your life exactly. The more and
Message.
That's what it
my
boils down
grandmother,
to.
my grandmother is she's 88 or 89 and she's that way to this day. Like my boyfriend
Stuck.
is very dark skinned. I mean, he's Nigerian. He's half Nigerian, and he's very dark. And my grandmother will say some very harsh things about men of his complexion. And she's like, "Send me a picture of your boyfriend." And I'm like, "No." I'm like, yeah, when I get married to him, y'all meet him because I'm not about to have you in my ear talking about. Oh, you need to date somebody lighter. You need to have lighter kids. These are the things that she says
Hmm.
to me in 2022. Like,
Yeah.
you need to marry somebody a little bit lighter so your kids can have an easier life.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, ooh, I'm like, the conditioning is sad.
Yeah.
Like,
And
it's
she
crazy.
doesn't even realize what she's saying is so offensive.
She
to not
doesn't,
only
because she
him
says
but
it
to
so
you.
openly. Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, you ain't never gonna be around my kids if that's how you feel. Like, I
Yep.
love you, but I have to love you from afar because you're not ever gonna make my my
Brown skin
probable dark
babies.
skinned babies to feel like they're less
Hmm.
than because of their skin color.
Yep.
No,
That's how
absolutely
I have
not.
an aunt on my grandfather's side that's like that, and she's like that with my aunt. So like her and my grandmother are the same age. And my grandmother, when she had my mom was like my complexion. And then when she had my aunt was my grandmother's complexion, which is dark skin. And she used to
Hmm.
always say, like, oh, well, you know what they say, mama's baby, daddy's maybe, because she
Yeah,
was so light. And like that kind of traumatized my aunt for the longest time. And
it's
I
so
really think
sad.
it just stems back from
From back in the
brown
day,
paper
like,
bag tests.
yeah, absolutely. Like my grandmother watched her light skinned siblings get different treatment. So that stuck with her. My grandma's
Hmm.
not even dark skinned. She's like a little bit she's like lighter than me, but she has siblings who are fair. Like they're maybe like Devin's complexion. And
Hmm.
so from that, she's just like, oh, well, light skin is better. And
Hmm.
she's carried that with her for 80, almost 90 years. And I'm like, that's kind of not how the world is. Like dark skinned, brown skinned people, we move around in this world pretty easily today compared to what they probably did back
But
then. I
yeah,
mean, I'm a huge advocate for, like, I mean, whatever you put in, you're going to get out.
yeah.
And I'm like, my dark skinned boyfriend is very successful. He didn't let anything like that stop him from, being able to
Do what he
move
do.
around successfully in the world. Exactly. So, yeah, it's just
It's
fucked up that
sad.
that's a way to think. Yeah. And that still carries with her and that generation in general, probably.
I gotta say, like every time I see like super chocolate girl, I love it. I love it because I just feel like barriers are being broken through. Like, and it's crazy because I'm not even dark skinned, but I don't care
Exactly.
because I have
Yeah.
dark skinned family members. Like, it doesn't matter to me. I don't have to be that to be a an ally or whatever the case may be. I don't even, it's not
Exactly.
even being an ally to me, to be
No.
honest. It's just about me just seeing my sister on the screen and knowing how hard she had to fight to be where she at. When I
Right.
seen Coco
Right.
as Hillary, what?
Oh, and that made me so happy. I'm not
I
even gonna
wanted to
hold you up.
fucking
People were like,
cry.
"Oh,
I
that
wanted
I
to
doesn't look like
mean,
cry
her."
especially after
because
what she went through with
Hillary was such
Disney,
a pinnacle
because
of light skinned bougie girl. I loved that.
Yeah.
I said, and not only is a dark skinned sister with some 4C hair, come through,
Right.
please.
And she's super pretty. I'm
And
like,
can
this is
sing,
ugh,
and she had a scar
ugh.
on her face that they did not make up out. I loved it.
They
It was so
didn't. Yeah.
authentic.
It was
It was so
perfect. That
authentic.
that was
I
perfect.
love
I was
shit like
so
that.
happy. I was so happy that they didn't like make some of the characters look similar. Like what's Ashley? Like Ashley kind of looks similar,
Yeah,
but I was happy that I just thought the cast was perfect.
it really
Uncle Phil.
was.
I'm happy. I'm happy Uncle Phil wasn't light skinned
It
big
was all
dude. Like
chocolate. Yeah. I
I
loved it. I
just
loved
love
that
that whole
Aunt Viv was
cast.
chocolate. I loved it because it was such a big thing
Uh,
back in the 90s to where
favorite. I loved it.
if you had a black woman on the screen or a black woman in the cast, she had to be light skinned with good hair.
Exactly.
And we'll also say that that stems from like behind the scenes because all of the makeup artists were white. They don't know how to do black people makeup. All the hair artists were
Or
white.
hair.
Yeah, so we need something where we can just spray some water and go ahead and swoop, and there you go.
Right.
It was easier.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
you
why I
know, throw
thank
that
God
water in
for
there,
Issa
huh?
Rae. You know what I'm saying? Like she was,
Oh, and and she made it a point to have like a natural hairstylist. Like, I'm
yes,
gonna do a natural style. Like, y'all ain't never gonna see me and with no bundles.
I
I'm
love it.
like, that's bitch.
I love
I
it.
love her.
I love
I
it all.
do.
I love just being able to see more of us on the screen because we are more than just one specific type of black person. And I'm tired of it being like, oh, all the light skinned people, they're they're good. But the dark skinned people, they're automatically aggressive. What the fuck does that even mean?
Right.
How does my
Right.
skin color
Make me act a certain
determine my
way.
aggressiveness? Like, what?
Like, you think I'm angry because I'm dark? The fuck?
When white people were the culture vultures of the world? What? Okay, let's not get into
Right.
that conversation anyway.
I was about to say we'll save that
This
one
is
Another
just a
for
one.
Juneteenth
let's save it.
episode now.
Right, it's
Okay.
our
All right.
Juneteenth.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's reel it back. I think we.
I'm a talker,
I think
y'all.
we.
I
I'll
mean,
relate something
we
to something else real quick. Don't get me
Yeah.
started.
Yeah. We gonna bring this back for sure. Don't worry. We definitely gonna be back. This was good. But All right. So
yes.
back to the topics. Do you have anything else to say about
Red
I don't
flags.
even.
If
Yeah.
she doesn't talk too
Look,
much, if she doesn't respond back to you in an adequate time, I would also say, as adults, when it comes to the response time, find out what that person does.
I mean, just in general, the
Facts.
same thing with men. No, if he is bullshitting, talking about he busy or he always call you at night, he got a
Right. He
bitch.
probably. I was about to say he probably lived with his wife.
He got a bitch. He got something.
He probably live at home with his family.
Niggas are not busy like that. Niggas are not playing 2K with their boys like that to where they ain't gonna want to be around you.
Like even if your
Um,
phone is on do not disturb, like you gonna look at that bitch at least once an hour. So
We are
you
we are
know,
conditioned for our phones is basically our fucking palms. So that's why I'm like, you didn't see a text message. Okay. We are
yeah, if a
yeah, you
dude
conditioned.
seen it, you just didn't
We
answer.
are
Like
if
you
a dude
conditioned to
disregarded
wants
it.
check our
to
phone. Do you know how many times I check my
respond to
phone in
your
an hour?
text, he's going to
A
do it.
disgusting amount. Exactly.
What?
Okay, but
So
Devin, do you think that there are any red flags that are specific to men though?
specific to men.
Because we do that shit too when we don't respond to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Trying to think specific to men. Um,
Did you just say Pacific?
I think
not
he
so
did.
specific.
It sounded like
Specific.
Pacific.
Specific.
He hit that runs blood one too many times before we hit record.
I don't know. I can't think of this any that's just on man besides
I
maybe
got one
something to
for
do with
women.
what?
If every time y'all link up, she says she on her period, she
That
don't want to fuck.
happens.
She don't want to fuck. Yeah, I've definitely told niggas that I was on my period because I'm just like, in case he think
Um
he want to, in case he
so
think he want to try it, I'm gonna tell him it's a crime scene in my crotch.
I
So
was, you know what? I used to have to know what the deal was. I don't know. Maybe because I was making sometimes trips because that bullshit about nobody drive 45 minutes.
That's a
It
lie.
don't matter how that is definitely a lie because definitely been on missions.
I've had a nigga drive from Ypsilanti to Utica. Okay.
Oh no, he was
that
wilding.
sounds far as
It
fuck. I can't
is.
He
even
was
That's
picture
wilding,
from
that
but
distance,
one
but
end of 94 to the other end to
oh
where
yeah,
94
it
run out.
was. He might as well drove the fucking Metro Parkway. He pretty much did.
Yeah.
But
shit.
I done drove plenty of places. But I would get it clear that what's happening. I don't know if that's fucked up or not, but yeah, I would need to know.
That wasn't
Nah.
clear for me. No, wasn't clear.
I would need to know. It ain't no bullshit. If I'm driving this far, I need to know what's happening. It ain't gonna be no bullshit when we get back to the crib.
He
None of that
said,
shit.
"Baby girl, is you gonna suck it or not?"
I'm
What?
just like,
My dick hard than a
we ain't
motherfucker.
about to be
You
bullshitting,
on what?
watching movies. Nah, let's be real. I mean, we can do that shit as long as you know that the end of the night is going to, it's going to be a commencement ceremony or something.
Commencement. This nigga
God,
said a commencement.
I'm just, but I'm trying to think something that's just a red flag for dudes.
I would
That
say for me, a red flag for a dude is one that just talks about himself the entire time. Doesn't ask you not one
Oh,
damn thing about you.
I've been on a date like that too before in the past, and I'm just like, I'm blocking this nigga as soon as I
Right
get in the
now.
car because
Right
he
now.
irritated. Right? You can't even ask me did I make it home, nigga, because
Green.
blocked.
Damn, you blocked me? Yes, I blocked you at dinner. You was talking to me. I was doing it under the table.
Right? I'm on everything though, like Instagram, Facebook,
Don't even send me a
TikTok.
DM, please.
Don't try to look for me on LinkedIn. You blocked on there.
I don't professionally. I don't even talk to you. Okay, sir. It's
Right.
rap.
Black Planet, motherfucking
Magenti, nigga, all of them.
MySpace.
Mahente, you
Like,
did
Mayente.
not pull
don't
out the
try.
Mahente.
Don't
Wow.
try it.
All of them. What was the Asian one? Even the Asian one, my nigga.
Was that J date?
All of
I
them.
forgot what it was, but
Nigga, you blocked on Vine.
I ain't even know. It ain't even exist anymore. You're blocked.
You're blocked.
Oh shit.
That is so funny. Yeah, that's yeah. Block this nigga immediately.
Yeah.
Devin, you are over there hurting your brain trying to figure it
I'm
out.
really trying to
So
I'm really trying to
we
think of one that's just man, because I guess I feel like a lot of things I guess could be universal, but I can't think of anything that's just a male red flag that I guess women couldn't do. Because I mean,
I don't know.
I think I think a red flag is if a man if a man constantly says one thing but acts a different way. I think that's a big red flag because
For sure.
I have a lot of friends who would be like, they would use the excuse, "Oh, I told her I ain't wanna be in a relationship." Yet you doing relationship shit,
Oh yeah. Yeah, y'all good for
and
that shit.
and I'm like, bro, you
You're acting like
doing
a
shit you
boyfriend.
would do if you was trying to be her nigga. So,
Right. That ain't my girl.
but I told
But you
her I
beat her
wasn't trying to be
ass
with
and
her.
she met your mom.
Like nigga, yeah. You definitely told her you loved her, but you ain't trying to like nigga. Come on, you told her you loved
Right.
her while you was inside of her, but
I want you to have my baby.
Why
but
why 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 y'all was in the Maldives?
like
Like for Christmas.
like
And
After you
and
took
her
her
but
to
you ain't
the
birthday.
trying
whole
to be in a
family.
relationship.
And her birthday.
Right.
Like
And you nutted in her like four
nutted,
times
nutted,
before already.
no condom. You over here talking about we'll worry about it later, but you ain't
Right.
trying.
That's just my homegirl.
I just, yeah.
Like
We just friends.
Like
so,
suck a dick.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's a big. I guess that's a big red flag for men.
Yeah. I guess some women could do that, but that's probably more of
Man
a thing
thing,
that
yeah.
men do for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like
And
that's not my girl. Like bitch, we live together. What are you saying? Like we both on this lease.
um,
My car is in your name.
but I also
We are both on this deed.
I feel like a man wanting to pay for everything too is a red flag though. Like for real wanting to pay for everything. I feel like that's
And, or not allowing you. Like say you want to just, do something nice and pay and it's like, "Oh, I can't let you do that."
Why
yeah.
can't
Like,
you?
why, weirdo? Like I make money too. So,
Yeah, a man not being okay with sharing gender roles, I would also feel is a big red flag. If you think it's just something you're supposed to do just because you're a male and she can't do it, or something that she's supposed to do
yeah.
because she's a female and it's beneath you to do it, I think that's the major red flag.
Yeah.
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 Um,
Yeah, we definitely we split I don't want to say we split house responsibilities because we really don't now that I think about it. Like
yeah, I'm not gonna
when
lie
it
and say
comes
we
to
split the house.
yeah,
Monique takes care of the house more.
well, when I say house stuff, I'm talking about like the grass. Like we have a big yard. So I don't even do anything pertaining to like the yard. I don't do anything pertaining to like pest control. I don't do anything pertaining to the garbage. I don't even know when the fuck the garbage trucks come,
That's
to be
bad.
honest with you.
That's bad.
I just don't even know. I don't do that stuff. Like
So
he does all that stuff, but
Monique does the
I
yard here, but that's because I'm a nerd and I have horrible sinuses. And the when I was doing it, I would like come
she
in.
cuts the grass.
She does cut the grass.
Oh hell
She
no.
does.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, nah.
But
My
she like
Big
mama.
ups to you, Monique.
she actually enjoys it. She likes
She
doing
enjoys it. Yeah.
I did the plant beds, but yeah, I can't cut the grass. I mean, I can do it with a mask on, but I'm still fucked up. But it's odd though. My neighbor is like that too. Well, his wife is just obsessed with their yard, so she does all the yard work.
No, so that's her
Okay,
thing.
she's a
Yeah,
green
and that's
thumb.
cool. That's cool too.
But
Yeah,
Me
like
personally, I'm not.
I'm not either. For real, for real.
I repair the stuff
No.
inside.
I
She
have a
does
lettuce grow,
the
and
decorating.
I don't even like dealing with that.
Oh, I can grow very well. Wink, wink.
I was about to say not no
All I gotta
lettuce,
do is
I
but
soak it
mean,
in
I can
water.
grow. I have a great green thumb, and I am a great
yeah.
cook. I do more of the cooking. I'm not gonna say most. She's been stepping her game up, but I do more of the cooking. But
Yeah.
it's just a confidence thing. It's a confidence thing, and she can't make up her mind. Like how you were talking about, what the fuck do I cook for dinner? I just be pulling shit out my ass. I'm like, oh, okay, I got this. I'm gonna make some.
Let me put something together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
I
ever plan a
definitely do
meal.
all of the cooking in my house.
You say you do all of it?
I, I do all
Wow.
of the cooking, and I'm okay with that because I don't
I mean,
pay
you don't know when
like we don't
the
go
garbage
half on
comes, though.
we don't go half on bills. Yeah, like he pays most of the
Baller.
he pay. I don't want to say most. I want to say he pays more of
Mm.
the bills. So we have like a like a 30-70 type of
Thing where you
thing
don't
going on.
Yeah.
mind make
So
cook. Yeah,
We have these
and
over
yeah, I do
here.
all of the cleaning, all of the cooking. The only cleaning he does do, because I just fucking refuse and I hate doing it, is dishes. So he does the dishes every single day, and I cook every single day. But as far as like all of the cleaning, like I exclusively do all of the cleaning. I do all of the cooking.
I do majority of the cleaning,
So
but
we,
he helps too.
but you know, it would be I would require more if we went half and half. But since
Yeah.
we don't, I'm like, I can shut the fuck up and do the
We're
cleaning.
halfsies over
But
here, but my money is her money, her money is mine.
as
So,
long as
same
as
thing.
long as that works for people,
Plus,
I just think with that whole situation, you just got to be with somebody who aligns with how you feel about
Yeah.
that. Like
But
niggas be want to be like, what should you do 50-50? And I'm like, yeah, if that works for
yeah, I
you,
mean, I'm
or
just
should you,
don't expect to change somebody. If somebody like I expect my man to pay for everything, you ain't about to change her mind. What's the point? Why?
yeah.
Why get
yeah,
with her?
yeah. So you need to be with somebody who aligns with how you feel about that because, I have a friend that's like that. Like she wants her dude to, you know, pay more of the bills, and I'm just like, he ain't never did that though. So I'm like, why are you still wishing for those things? Because you would have half
You
seas
can't
nigga.
change the
So
nigga.
and
You can only change the nigga. Okay?
exactly, I like that. Let me write that down. Where's my notes? But no, but seriously though, like yeah. So,
I try
so I
to.
do like the woman stuff, and he does the
Stuff.
man
Also,
stuff.
you're gender rolling it
If we're
up.
gonna put it, yeah, if we want to gender role it, the typical quote unquote man woman stuff, and
We
I mean I
trading
like
places
it.
over here. Whose song was that? Was that Usher?
Yeah, that's cool. That
Somebody.
Yeah.
works.
That's Usher.
Yeah.
Where did the animal did that animal just come to you? Like, what are we doing
Yeah, he
here?
was
Oh no,
over here.
it's been yes,
You saw,
been
yeah, he
there.
was over
Oh,
here in the seat and he just
I was like, did somebody just hand you that through the
no.
window? Like, what are we doing, Courtney?
He just
Oh,
walked across my lap. You wanna say hi?
oh,
Say
okay.
hi, Schmeatable.
Oh, puppy.
He's 9 years
I
old, girl.
love
It's an old ass
dogs.
man.
Every dog is a puppy.
They really are.
Every dog is a puppy. Yeah, they
Well,
puppy.
speaking of puppy,
But speaking of gender roles, I need to go complete some of them now. We've been on this call
Yeah.
for an hour and 37 minutes.
Yeah.
So um, I guess thank you guys for tuning in to episode 12. Courtney, I loved
Oh,
having you on
thank
here. Like, I
you.
really did. Like, we gotta do this
I'm always
again.
we
down.
do,
I'm
we do.
always down.
Yeah, very soon. Because I need somebody to, like, team up on Devin with.
Cause
So,
niggas be thinking they know everything.
I'm gonna
because
need
now that
I'm gonna need some more
because
testosterone in here.
now that I know Devin think he a bad bitch with them braids, like, he might try to get beside himself. I don't know.
Said I'm a bad
I don't
bitch.
know what.
Look,
It's in my text messages
I'm
right
just
now. I
saying.
laughed very hard.
I'm just saying. I know my worth, and I can appreciate a woman who knows my worth as well and treats me
I
accordingly.
feel you.
That's all I'm
Period.
saying.
Oh, Devin, I
Respectfully,
believe you are a very great husband. I
I
believe
try
that
to be.
100%.
I love my
I
wife
do.
with every ounce of me, so I try to be.
And that's so
But
cute.
Oh,
not as corny as Russell,
hey,
but I
mom.
do. I love
Russell
her
is
from
not
my heart.
corny. Russell is
See,
a loving
I'm not doing
husband.
nope. Courtney,
Okay,
don't,
okay,
don't,
okay,
don't. Nope. We gonna save it for the next.
okay.
Nope.
Anyway,
All
No,
right.
thank you, well
because I'm
wishers.
about to hang up.
We'll be back. I don't know soon. Hopefully, I gotta wrangle them together. I be trying.
I won't be in
But
my
anyway,
car next time.
Well, let's do this again next Friday. How
I
about
ain't got
okay.
that?
no job, so just call me whenever y'all ready. Just let me know.
I get out early, so
I'm
next
down.
Friday works.
I'm down for that. As long as I'm not out
See,
dangling
but
somewhere
she gonna be the one
gracefully.
dangling. Then she gonna be posting on Instagram, and then
Hey y'all.
watch,
And I'm not sick no more. I
watch.
might be hanging from a
Look,
chandelier
I'm
next
gonna
week.
be
I
there
don't
for
know what the
6 weeks in
fuck.
August. I want to hang out at the cute little restaurants too.
Girl, you know I
I'll
got them
make sure I
all.
pack me some cute
So
outfits.
you got
Ooh,
my number
how
Yes,
now.
hot is
So
it in August? Is it hot as fuck there?
down
it's
here,
like
Yeah.
yeah,
absolutely.
it's like that's like
Yeah, it's
prime.
gonna
Yeah,
be
it's like
90.
prime.
I was
It's
gonna
gonna be 90 every
I was gonna
day.
say we could come, but I don't deal well with heat, so I don't.
You should.
But,
You should. We can. We don't have to be
yeah,
outside now. We
that's the
can do
thing.
stuff
Usually, a lot
indoors.
of people they're not outside.
Yeah, like we're not on rooftops
Yeah,
and
but I'm talking
shit
about
without
if
like
we're
no
if
AC
you
or.
we walking from bar to bar. I don't want to walk in the heat. I don't like heat.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Oh,
not a.
well, we don't have to do that. Yeah, just bring your ass for a weekend. Just come on.
Maybe we can
Yeah,
do that on our anniversary weekend. That's in August.
yeah.
But yeah.
All
Thank
right,
you
That'd be
guys.
guys.
fun.
Those
Thank you,
Thank
Courtney.
you. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Keep wishing us the best. Our podcast is better than the rest. You got an issue, better say it with your chest. Until then, keep wishing us the best. Keep wishing us the best.